Hello, dear friends. It's a great honor for us to take a really special interview with the best fancier from England, Mark Gilbert, very famous. I think most of you already knows, but now you have the opportunity to discover him and his pigeons,
Right.
and maybe some of his secrets.
Yeah, well, we'll let you know. I mean, we race on the roundabout, so we race. We don't race the pigeons paired, so we race hens and cocks separate on Widderwood. And yeah, the only thing we do, we don't show the hens before we race because we have a big team of pigeons. So on the day of the race, we let the pigeons come back and we leave them with each other. On a short race, probably till the late afternoon, but on a hard race, we leave them overnight. And really, that's the system. We use the same corn, Superstar Plus from Versalager, and I think I explained earlier, we use some products to recover the pigeons, and also yeah, we use an energy product, be it 3 or 4 days, or if it's a sprint race, probably only the day before. And a longer race is maybe 3 or 4 or 5 feeds before.
And you use only one type of food?
Yeah, one food. One was a base corn, one food, which is Versalager Superstar Plus. But then we add the fat with oils and where they use their energy corn and peanuts, depending on what kind of race. Obviously, the sprint racing not much, just one feed before. And that, you know, if it's a middle distance race up to say 500 kilometres, we probably use a couple of 3 or 4 feeds before, and then obviously the long ones we can do 7 or 8 feeds before.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
No super diet, no.
No super diet, no nothing. Same corn on the return, and we do that for sprint, middle, and long. So exactly the same system. They're fed as much as they can eat twice a day. So in the morning we feed them as much as they eat until they start leaving some of the pellets. And we do the same in the evening. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get the pigeons in, but we believe in, we never keep them hungry, you know. So that's what we do anyway.
Very simple system.
Yeah, very simple. It has to be with the numbers we keep. We keep a big team.
More complicated, it's more difficult
to
do it.
Yeah. So that's what we do. So, I mean, we'll take you to the loft down the bottom, shall we?
How many pigeons you have here now?
We have 3. We have at the start of the season now. We have 300 distance pigeons, which are 150 hens and 150 cocks roughly. And we now practice the sprint middle distance, and we have we're starting with 120, 60 hens, 60 cocks for the sprint and middle distance racing. So we have in the UK we have inland races which go up to about 200 miles, which means we don't have to go across the channel. So we have more of a family just for sprinting that we concentrate on them, and then we have distances from I would say like 400 kilometres to 750 kilometres, national races which are across the channel. And we have a different kind of pigeon for that, and then the long distances where we fly the 7 international races which start at sort of 900 kilometres and go up to 1200. Then we have the difference. And this loft down here is the youngsters are in here, and the long distance pigeons are in the lofts here, the old birds. And then the sprint middle distance loft is this loft here, and the young bird lofts down there. They used to be our stock lofts, but we've moved the stock loft now. So that's how it is.
You have a nice place here.
Yeah.
A lot of birds singing.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We're going to take you into one of the distance lofts.
You have big youngsters already.
Yeah. We have fairly big youngsters. Yeah. We actually just split the pigeons up probably about a week ago. So we've had them paired. They've reared youngsters, and now we've just split the hens and the cocks up now. They've been going a week round the loft.
You breed with the
yeah, we breed.
Too?
We do breed with the racers. We breed, try and let them have one youngster, especially the yearlings, because we think it bonds them to the box.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't know. I mean, because the condition of the pigeons do go down a little bit when you're rearing them. So we were thinking next year maybe just to pair them up. let them sit and then take the eggs away. But yeah, but I mean, the past 10 years we've always reared a youngster out of them just to settle them to the boxes, and then we split. We don't let them reset because of the molt, and obviously the long distance racing. Some of it's in the end of July, beginning of August. So we never let them reset, and we take the hens away and maybe let the cocks rear the young uns as well if a hen lays early, and so that's what we do. And then they hold the molt, and normally they drop the first flight about the first week in July, or maybe end of June, somewhere around there. And so, but if you let them reset, then they start the molt, and then the covers will go before the long distance racing.
They get the first one in July.
Yeah, maybe the end of June.
End of June.
June. But if you let them reset on the eggs, then they drop the first one now, and by the end of
but breeding separate.
Yeah.
And we'll get the first in June, July.
Yeah, June, July. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. As long as you don't let them reset.
Because I do the same this year. I'm very curious when they will start it.
Yeah, the end of June normally. End of June, first week in July, the first one to come out probably.
Can be very good then.
Yeah. So
here is the hens. Huh?
Yeah, these are the hens, and so we split the hens now. I don't know if you can see them. Can you? I can put a light on. I don't know. But these are the hens, and we race them with the balls on the floor so they don't pair in they find it difficult to pair in the balls on the floor, and they've got the single flighted sections with the V, so they can't get the hens in the back of they can't pair. We do get the odd pair, obviously, but it restricts how many pair together. So these would be all distance pigeons. So and then the cockbirds. I'll show you the section. The cockbirds are here at the moment. We're going to be cleaning all this out now. When they're paired, we let them. We have the floor and the straw on the floor, and then now we clean it all out.
And on the season, you keep the straw?
No,
all
of it. Next week we clean all the lofts out, and but we still have the. We will still have the wood chippings on the floor. Mm-hmm. So, but we only put the straw in when they're paired.
And how many times you let them out? Twice per day?
This time of year, we only once.
No, in the season.
In the season twice. When we're racing, probably around May, first week in May. Yeah. It's a bit cold at the moment, so we don't like to let them out. And plus the fact we find if we push them too hard, we can get some problems with the wing. Yeah, where they get because they haven't been out a lot in the winter, so we gradually step them up. But they're out in the morning now, and they fly for probably an hour.
This is what I told you about the joints.
Yeah, with that product. Yeah, maybe we need it, but
it's helpful a little bit. Yeah, even on the springtime when we start to force them.
So they were out when they were paired as well. So we had them out slowly, getting them fitter and fitter and fitter, rather than straight out. I think some people can rush them too quick, and then you can get strains. And so we find that we avoid the strains if we slowly do it. Yeah. And so during April,
one of the big mistakes for many fanciers.
You want pushing too quick. Yeah. I think so.
And then they don't understand why the pigeons don't perform.
No. And I think even some of the early training tosses. So I hear some people have some really bad training tosses, and I think it's because they push them too quick. Pigeons. You need to get them into a fitness before you think of movement. So we work hard on that, and so we'll have a couple of months with having them out around the loft before we even move them in the training. And the pigeons are flying for an hour now, and we allow them to do that for 3 or 4 weeks before we start training. And but I don't like letting them out too much this time of year because it's still cold. So.
And you let the hens out from here and go back here too?
Yeah, that's right. We let the hens out that section, they go back in, and on race days they only come to this section. Or when we train as well. So the yearlings need to get used to the system. We don't train a lot with the old birds, maybe 3 or 4 times, but they will come back and stay together for 3 or 4 hours, then we split them up. Mm-hmm. And then another week or 4 or 5 days we take them training again. We don't go every day So after 3 or 4 tosses we start racing then.
Very interesting.
So that's what we do with the racing. So
Do you use medicines in the season?
look, if we have a problem, yes. I mean, but we try and avoid when we can with the medicines. We do treat for canker, respiratory, not unless we look at them, and if we see any signs, we do. If we see any problems with maybe an eye, or they start sneezing at night or something like that when you're coming in at night, we would treat. But and the only other time, normally we can go through a season without treating for respiratory. But yeah, if if sometimes the form as well, although they're distance pigeons, and so we're not expecting them to live with the sprint pigeons. We don't want them too far behind, 2 or 3 minutes, and we want to be seeing pigeons. If I was half hour behind, then I would treat for respiratory, because I think sometimes you can't see it. So, but if the form's really good, then we try and avoid it.
To don't give anything.
Yeah, try and not give anything. But sometimes I would say a lot of the seasons we do try and we see maybe a sign of something, and we treat. But these haven't been treated now, They haven't treated. We haven't treated them. I mean, and hopefully we hope to be able to go through the season without treating. But you never know.
Yeah.
It
looks good. Huh?
Yeah, it looks good. The health looks good, and so we're quite happy. But I mean, these have just been out. We close the loft up during the day.
Yeah.
They're open at the moment, and when we're paired, we have the aviaries. They have the aviaries because there's a lot of pigeons in there, and we're paired up. And now when we're racing, we close it. We close the lofts, and we insert this to let the air in, but without a draft. So that's one of the distances. And all three.
What is the distance you're going to fly with them?
All the yearlings will go to this year. We'll go to the first one will be about it's Argon. It's about 850 kilometres, and then subject to whether we have a good race from there, or we fly Argon or Po national, and then depends how many yearlings we get from the first one. Then we go back to Narbonne. Narbonne's 600, so that'd be about 1,000 kilometres. But obviously it depends what kind of year we're having with the yearlings.
With the yearlings.
Yeah, I mean. Sometimes you have the first one's really hard, and the returns maybe are not so good, or they're very tired. Then we won't bother with the second one, But if you have a really good one, the first one, then we send back because we don't want so many,
For the second one.
Yeah,
and the old bird?
Old birds, the old birds will go to 2 or 3 internationals of 2-year-olds. So they will have, let's say maybe a Po, St Vincent, Perpignan. Or maybe Po Marseille. Marseille is probably 11 or maybe 1,100 kilometres. So they'll have 2 or 3, and then everything over 3 now will go to Barcelona with the distance pigeons. That's the plan. Sometimes the plan doesn't go as well as you think, so you have to back off. It depends what kind of form the pigeons are in and what kind of races we've had that year.
And for the youngsters of the long distance?
Yeah, and the youngsters this year we decided not to race or put them on dark. So for the first year, we normally race them, but we might race them as training, or because we have the sprint middle distance rate pigeons now, and they don't beat the sprint middle distance pigeons. So now we're more into trying to take them all around different directions and making them hard. So I send them with the federation where, as trainers, where they go in a different direction.
The long distance pigeon.
This year we're going to try it. This is the first year that we changed our mind on that, because normally we race in the same direction all the time, and they come in batches, and I don't think that's as good for them. So I'm going to try something different where, when they've been trained and educated, then maybe send them with the federation in a different direction, and then the rest of the federation are going somewhere else. I'm going to try and do that.
Yeah,
as trainers to learn more. But it's the first year we try it, and I think they will learn more if the federation's going a different way and they've got to pull out of them,
Yeah.
Then the federation come in the same way. So we're going to try that.
And how you do the selection?
Just the racing.
Just racing.
Yeah. I mean, the ones that don't come, obviously.
They need to win some prizes.
Oh yeah. I mean, as yearlings,
yeah.
we're a little bit kinder than most people. If they make a mistake, we let them make a mistake the first yearling as a yearling. So as 2-year-olds, no mistakes. You know, unless they're a really good pigeon, you know, they've done something really good and they made a mistake, I'll keep. But after 2-year-olds, if they haven't won anything, they go. Do you know what I mean? Because I just think they get a waste of time. I never find that something turns out better. You know, they need to be reliable as 2-year-olds. But yearlings, I think we will, because they haven't been educated as well. Sometimes they can make a mistake, and sometimes they recover from that mistake, and they turn out good pigeons. But
perform, yeah. And for the short distance,
they have to
what do you race?
Oh, we race the Leo Hermans and Vanderbilts.
Yeah, and what type of distance?
Oh, distance. The Vanderbilts and the Leo Hermans, and we've got best kettle pigeons as well. We race them to 300 kilometres, and the ones that aren't winning, we will send on, and we only keep the very best, because I believe with sprint pigeons that they don't get better as they get older.
Yeah,
I think the yearlings are the best, I find. So we only keep the pigeons like 4 or 5 that are really good big winners, and then we maybe send the rest on, or we dispose of them. Yeah. So at the end of the year, we want more of a yearling team.
And how many races you have for the short and middle?
13 every week.
13.
Yeah, 13 races. Yeah, or maybe more. Depends. Well, this year we start 2 weeks earlier, so maybe 15 races with the sprint middle distance, and then the middle distance pigeons we have. They go up to 400 miles, which is like about 750 kilometres.
Where in
to France. France. Yeah, we race in France.
So they have to cross the channel.
They have to cross the channel, and they're the big national races where the whole of the country take part. So we send them. So I can show you their sections. Do you want to see?
Yeah, of course.